that it really seems that X is pick man, and it's very surprising that sadbois be able to pick them up. As we come into this game right here, time is creator rampage start, and you have a really unconventional pick with the Dubu midfield from coming out from Balloon.
Yeah, Dubu midfield is a pick that a couple players have experimented in the past, mainly the main two being Carmine Uniclear and Gret from Bozo Bunch. But outside of those two, not really a pick we've seen many people pick. And now we're going into this game, and Bells is able to start a strong offense game in the corner, going Bond, keep taking it back, and a great bell ringer from Bells is able to not quite find a barrier, and neither is that from Kainu.
It seems like the midfielder, the normal midfielder here for RTF, Hungry Boy, is not in play. Maloon subbing in here, and it's really up to Maloon to really fill the gap that is Hungry Boy, because Hungry Boy is basically the core of the team, and Maloon gets taken out really quickly. First point going to sadbois.
Yeah, there is the one downside to do midfield. Not a pick that really contributes to the damage stack at all. It can be very easy to just kind of run him down. And when you've got Amy, you've got X, sadbois is looking mighty comfortable just hitting this hamster, and they're looking so comfortable with the double barrier. Vaughn running in with the eject and just strike plus barrage. It's just too hard to defend for Rasmus, who doesn't really have any great defensive abilities, just let out at a moment's notice.
It's really tough for this Dubu midfield to get anything started. If they don't keep the control, keep the possession. Because Dubu, I think you said, Drop, the damage game is really hard against Dubu. Like, you can really fight back, and especially with the Zentaro, who's on Vicious Vambrace, everyone is exploding over here.
Yeah, both Kainu have looking really low, and Leon just got a second immediately. But a great passing play from the entire team of sadbois is able to get both barriers down. Vaughn currently backing up, and like we said, Dubu looking so hard to run right now is able to force to kind of stand away from the corner of play, just like wheeling around in the middle. And when you've got Kai, one of the best hitters at kill confirming in the game, I don't expect to see Bloom stay alive for that much longer, but Vaughn barely missing the barrage and Moffin Curry holding it down in the meantime means that RTF gets a little bit of room to breathe, but it's looking like that Vaughn's just holding down this barrier for too long.
Even the backline with Kainu, Vaughn, you can really play it slow, play with confidence, because these are very seasoned players. 2 MVPs on the same team. It's like the high salary cap team. You never expect these 2 players to team together, and it's showing that their prowess. They're playing with confidence, playing with togetherness, and it looks like Bells here will seal the deal here with all this pressure he's putting on.
Super scary offense from Bells, but Moffin Curry just holding it down, forces Ben to flip, but this guy just does not care. Bells looking for a great back pass, but Vaughn actually unfortunately misplaying with the eject, barely not able to save the barrier. Bloom popping the flip, goes for the pass to Leon, not able to find it in a great roll, but even better evade from Vaughn means that the core is able to move it up the field. Bloom getting run down, being run away from the turret, but a beautiful little Toku fortress to hold down the point just a little bit longer, kind of moving up with this flip. Zentaro ult to hold it down. There's the defense from Leon, one of the best brawlers in the net, but it is still Bloom to fall, and Vaughn it's barely defending the flip from Leon. Bells just moving in, but just nothing is being found at this point, despite all the resources being spent.
And Bells here coming in with the flip. And it's really up to him to seal a deal here. Core flip. This is the really win condition that sadbois needs to do. Not at set points, so they really have to save all their resources for the scoring, baits out the whiplash, baits out the pendulum swing, baits out every cooldown here from Moffin Koi. And now good kill here on the Leon on the Zentaro, and now power play here for sadbois.
I feel like sadbois has been in control for so long. Every time the ball has been able to sadbois in control, sending the ball into their own net, spending Vaughn's entire kit to set that up. And return to form might have just caught the biggest break of this week. So I'm hoping to see that they can still pull through the set.
It doesn't look like they need to pull through, because Bells kind of the duo here, pulling all the stops to get the score up the field, get the final point, and it's looking really good.
Looking very good indeed, but what's not is the health bars for a lot of players in this lobby. Moffin not able to actually quite find the kill confirm on Bells, but there still is Zentaro in the lobby. One of the best characters kill confirm in the game, but Kainu just completely taking over the point. Cyber swiping in with the flip, taking Moffin Curry off the map, while also securing not only the entire set, but an MVP first pick for himself. And we've got a lot of strong awakenings on the board. What do you think that they're going to be picking, McDill?
Ice Fighter, Bulk Up, 1-2, all these damage awakening is just the further snowball the damage comp that Xime can really put on, especially against Zentara. Zentara is lowest HP brawler, can't really fight back. Well, you can, but the lower stagger really lends him to be blown up really quickly.
But I will say a fun statistic that I checked earlier today, that Bulk Up is the most picked awakening in the North American Strikers League. Yeah, shocker. You get damage, you get survivability, and it's just really, really hard to justify not picking it. And I cannot believe that Bulk Up, X's best awakening, arguably the best awakening in the game, made it to, I believe, a pick 5X. I want to say that this was a major misdraft, but there are a couple notable things that a lot of players have picked up. Vaughn's on the glass cannon, another extremely strong awakening. Kainoob picked up the quick strikes, and he's one of the best quick strikers to ever do it. But from the side of return to form, I just don't know if are the picks that we went for is it worth letting Bells, one of the best X players as well, to get this disturbing, broken ass awakening. I don't know.
No, there's so much damage in the draft. They're like worried about, oh, if I let this awakening get through, I have to worry about the other one. And they're put in a really precarious predicament because they drafted Dubu Zentara on CTC. So they're basically digging their hole, digging their grave here.
They but fight back from the grave they are with a beautiful flip back from Leo Leon to get the second barrier and a great little play off the bounce house, keeping it out of the hands of both Vaughn and Kainoob. That little interaction there, managing to secure the first point of the set. And even though once you punch, I don't believe the damage of it is going to be that valuable this game. We have Erasmus who does do a lot of damage, or a good chunk of damage, especially with the Powerhouse Pauldrons, but it's just Dubu is just not enough to keep the thing going. And when you have to defend in this corner for so long, you get hit by so many abilities that X is able to put it in. Bell's moving up with the primary, knocking everyone out of the way and securing the end of this point with a beautiful flip to smack it right in.
And the backline of Vaughn Kainoob, again, 2 MVPs, both positions, midfield and goalie. They're really confident in Vaughn getting caught lacking with the Dubu roll. They can really flex between the offenses with Bells. Bells can push up with Kainoob, and then with the eject, Vaughn can push up with the Kai speed, with the barrage, with all the resources they have. Leo Leon, best brawler, getting it done, baiting the flip from Kainoob, securing the second point for their team.
I wouldn't call that bait. I'd actually classify that as gap, with Leo Leon setting up himself to get the orb and actually take the last strike against Kainoob. Him just not being ready clearly was not there for trivia today, where we learned that the orb does give you 125% size. Hashtag facts. But going into this point, Kainoob is just looking a little low, got kind of blown up earlier, but there's not really anything scary left from the side of return to form. They are able to get the ball up the field. Leo Leon looking for a strike. We're spending the Zentaro ultimate to get it up, but Moffin was just nothing was found, and Moffin is forced to play the 1v2, which he's just not able to defend as the Rasmus. But Leo Leon is currently on fire, looking for the pass back up to Bloom, but it's just not quite enough, and it's looking like we're returning to a bit of a neutral state in regards to the point. Okay, I lied. My bad.
The Kainoob slots it in on the bottom side, even it up. Emo's flying left and right, and it's really up to Muffin Koi to lock it down. The Kazan got banned from away from them, but Rasmus is a really comfort pick. They can hold it down. They're on Dallas, so that they can ping abuse. This guy is not going to get reaction checked.
Yeah, I will say one thing. What's really important here is giving Leo Leon like as many opportunities as possible to make a little bit of that Leo magic happen. We've seen it happen in actually a lot of these points. I believe about 3 of them now, where Leo was just able to find like 1 or 2 really good interactions, push them really hard, getting like usually multiple barriers in one go, and just off his single interaction. So I would actually like to see if Loom could play a little bit further back, put these Dubu defensive abilities to the test to try and hold this corner as long as possible. But the damage is just too high from the Sad Boys. 2 flips being popped, multiple ultimates, and Kainoob just keeping it away from Leo Leon, dribbling right in his face and getting the pass off to Bell, securing the second set. And the damage is just scaling a little bit too hard for Dubu midfield to keep up this game.
Unfortunately, Dubu is the second pick here, so they have to draft damage awakening from X, like the spec training, heavy impact, like social entrance, and they just have to pick the litter. Zentaro is basically going to get left the scraps here.
Yeah, and on top of that, Zentaro losing out on both explosive entrance and heavy impact is a major blow. And on top of that, the Giga Goat Vault Mega Strikers has picked up Specialize. And I'm not a believer in Orb Dancer myself, but I think there is something to look out for from the RTF draft. Moff and Koei might be the team player of all time. Not on the Kazan right now, so we get free red core like from anything. However, once the overtime hits, this team player, Moffin, is such a good player at finding passes with it, just looking for those small openings, just kind of thread the needle between players, that if they can make these points go long enough, which I think we can with the Dubu pick, we are going to be able to see a lot of team player come out from Moff and Koei.
When you say about keeping those points long enough, oh my gosh, big double barrier. They're gonna get out damaged by the XIME. If the points go so long, they stack so many cooldowns where the Dubu's gonna be pushed back, they're gonna be pushed low, and then Vaughn can push up with the barrage. Bells can do X things, double flip coming up, and this is basically it. Oh, never mind. Cast
No, it's not quite it, but let's be honest. None of us see this point going that much longer. With Bells currently taking so many players off the map, Moff and Koei is so low, and Vaughn and Kainu are sitting on so many abilities right now. And there it is, the kit dump from Kainu, popping the Cyber Swipe and Glitch Pop to push Moff and Koei into net. Not only taking the point, but there's not a single Rampage stack left or on the... Oh wait, I don't even know if they got a barrier or not. But it doesn't matter. Moff and Koei went down to the damage at that point.
This is looking really dire here for RTF. Ooh, double flip. Oh, get both barriers. Leo Leon making the magic happen. Pushing up.
There's a beautiful little play from Leo Leon there. Moffin looking to accelerate the core up the field with the red core. Bloom actually taking a lot of very strong strike force here, but Bells is able to find the ball up to the upside. And the offense of both Kainu and Bell is just a little too much. With no one else left to help Moffin defend, he's forced to just play the 2v1, and neither of these NASL champions are people that you really want to be forced to play just from the disadvantaged spot from.
Yeah. It's really looking down here. Both barriers down, Bell's coming up with flip, kind of keeping possession here. Ping pong with the corner offense. Both flips though from Illuma and Leo Leon. If they make a hero play with the flips, oh, one is gone. Leo Leon steals the other one, but it might not matter here with Bells.
I will say good flip from Leo Leon coming out, but another kill found out from Bells, just barely able to find it with the secondary into flip. Bloom being hit so much as well, but it doesn't matter. Leo Leon is not able to keep the ball away from Vaughn, and a beautiful pass up to the top side means that sadbois are able to secure a devastating 3-0 win in the first game.
Yeah, I felt like that game was, I won't say basically lost, but pretty much lost from draft. X got let first pick, and then the backline of Rasmus Dubu was not going to hold long enough against Aimee and X. X is too strong, and Dubu, even though he's a very strong character, I wouldn't say he's too strong in the midfield position.
I will say, I do think that there was an angle for Dubu midfield to be picked. It was a side start, and it was a double barrier map. On top of that, Clarion is known for a lot of its variants being pretty heavily favored as a lane map, which means that's a map I think Dubu midfield can get value on, but I just believe there's a little bit of too much dissonance between Dubu and Zentara. Zentara being a character that you want to take a lot of interactions and fast, just kind of keep the enemy team on their toes, mix them up as much as possible. While Dubu is someone who kind of wants to stay in that lane, keep the ball in one spot, and just kind of lock it down, like the Wumpus defend emote. But Zentaro and Dubu just are not sharing the same game plan, and on top of that, Dubu would not be able to fight back against the damage. I just think that sadbois had a complete draft gap during in that game.
Yeah, that was stellar performance on each of them. Kainu, Von Bell is playing together as usual, as always. And going to the second game, what do you think RTF can do to make adjustments here?
Okay, well, we're going to have side, which means that we get to pick Ban X. Woohoo! This patch is so good. Unfortunately, sadbois, I know, are likely not going to fall victim to letting X go through. Vaughn knows we've had a lot of these scrims where, yeah, we do just see X win. I'm really hoping that X doesn't go through and pick up another NASL victory so that my character doesn't get nerfed. Score. But I would like to see actually Asher come out. Asher is a character that has been seeing a bit more presence recently, but I think especially into this game right now, I think Asher would have been a beautiful fit on this team. And over Zentaro, she can look for the dash punches as Dubu's holding the lane. And on top of that, if they can ever get up their little double creation combo in the corner, yeah, good luck saving that.
Yeah, I think it's up to Leo Leon and Malum to really get their game plans like together. Like they had two different play styles they wanted to play in that last game with Zentaro and Dubu, but I feel like they're the type of players where okay, we realized that this didn't really work, so we're either gonna go to Leo Leon's play style, which is the 1v1 style where you just feed Leon the ball every single time and he'll probably put it in, or we play for the collapsing play style where if you play towards like a dual pick or you just stuff in the corner and make magic happen in that bottom side. But it's really up to those two to really just come together.
Mm-hmm. And on top of that, I also would like to see a little bit of damage coming out from Return to Form. Not having Hungry Boy in the midfield means that we are losing out on our main picks, Amy, Vice, two characters that blow people up. So I would really like to see Bloom just kind of opt into place for something that both his teammates are very comfortable with. It should be a really easy slot in because playing with Moffat and Leo, it should be really easy for damage. Leo's always a fan of just beat someone up, especially if he's on the X or Zentara. Two characters really good at just kind of spending their abilities to finish people off. And honestly, just a character that can doesn't even have to be someone that does damage. It doesn't have to be like an artillery someone. It could just be a character that gets a lot of value from the enemy team forced to give space. Like Kai midfield, I think actually is a really good slot in for damage because your teammates can spend their abilities on damage, get someone low, and then Kai just gets to run them down with the rest of his speed or find a kill with his barrage and ultimates. But we'll see what we got going into our second game, which I believe our map is no idea. I'm gonna be for real.
I just gotta wait for that. Oh, you see it? It's RTF's pick. It's Demon Diaz. So another damage map that will come out for both of them. Both teams are pick damage, and a lot of these big character picks for the first pick, X, Finny, as we saw from the previous game with Bomber. They had Finny and they got Timeless Manu, and then they instantly won the game against Demon Time. So.
And going into draft now, RTF is banning out the Vice, which when you know a Hungry Boy on the team, that's a good thing to see. I know the sadbois have been really looking to kind of blow people up, of course, with the X Amy from last game. But BOIS actually opting to ban the Kazan. We do see it on the Primetime, and everyone knows that Primetime Kazan is one of the most miserable brawlers to defend against in the game. So I do understand the Kazan ban coming out, but hey, guess who gets to run the X this time? It's RTF. Woohoo!
Pick 2 is still coming out for sadbois. I wonder what the goalie pick will be here. Probably Finny. Vaughn will definitely play the Finny here. It's a cast slash star as well, so the big finish can really allow them to get these easy barriers and convert to easy goals.
Or let's be fair, dude. We're not going to cast last Finny. Prime time.
Really? A prime time?
Dude, it's
I guess so.
time.
I guess so.
You ever have to play X into a prime time Finny, man? That blows. It blows. You just she throws her little card at you, she smacks you in the face, and you just lose possession. And that card is like absolutely nothing cooldown. And now you just never have really good opportunities to take it. So I'm really glad that Vaughn did see it, picks up the Finny, and our Bells is kind of left picking literally anything he wants. Estelle Finny is an extremely strong backline that they two just do so much damage, have a lot of presence on the map with their long range abilities. And if Bells can kind of just dictate draft whoever he wants. He can pick a character to look for finishing KOs like Julie, or we can lock something like the Zentaro and just kind of run them over, just like throw so many hitboxes at them that they can't keep up with anymore.
Yeah. Rasmus now coming in for the backline for RTF. No more Dubu. Dubu's getting put in the backline. And like you said, Zentaro getting the last pick here for the sadbois. And I'm really favoring the draft here for red side.
Yeah, we did get okay. You know what? I am gonna put a little bit of weight on this X. I think RTF's draft is slightly better because we got X. Wow, shocker.
Yeah.
But at the very least, I think that BOIS have way stronger primetime users. Having to defend against the Estelle, Finny, and Zentaro primaries constantly could be something extremely hard to deal with, especially when you're not on a defensive goalie who has tools to easily shut that down, like Atlas, Moffin, of course, going on one of his signature picks, the Rasmus, after Finny's denied away. But of course, Rasmus primetime, no slouch either. Both sides, this is going to be an extremely bloody game for sure going into this, with X just kind of always hitting people. Now and Erasmus are usually constantly hitting someone with their abilities as they hit the core as well. And of course, I mean, this damage comp from sadbois is one of the easiest, the first things that come to mind when you do think damage.
Yeah, it's the now from Illum here to really kind of supplement healing, but I don't think it's gonna matter because it's a prime time start, really leading into the damage game. So I'm gonna see. I want to hope RTF has their wiggles on.
And something to note going into this game, both brawlers have actually opted to pick Vamp Braces. Thank God, I believe it's correct for both of them. When there's so many cooldowns on the board and there's so many characters in this lobby that just love to hit both you and the core, Vamp Braces is going to be extremely important. But as we can see, the two people without Vamp Braces, Vaughn and Kainoob, are already being completely run down by Lilian with Prime Time. There's so much damage coming out, and especially when Axe can hit so many people with his primaries, this Vamp Braces is going to make him so hard to kill that it could just be a timer for everyone in the game except the brawlers, since they're always going to be able to heal up from to full Vamp Brace.
Yeah. It's basically the game plan is hit the midfielder, and it's gonna be the midfielders have
yeah, magic as they say.
Oh, Maloom, like I said, is taken out by Bells and power play here for sadbois. 2 flips come up as well. They can play it slow, keep it contained, and supplement the goal. Core flip coming out from Moff and Corey. Bells lurking up. Coming up with the ball, dribbling here, strikes, but cannot react to strike Moff and Corey.
And no really super strong attempts on the barrier or on the net are being taken yet. We're just kind of keeping it in the corner, throwing stuff at Moffin, but that guy's no fool. Also, he's on 20 ping, which means that any strikes trying to get around him, trying to cut it, is very close. But a beautiful strike from Leon, barely catching the ball from the back after losing it and popping the ult to catch it again. Moves it up with the flip, just pops it in their face, and able to secure the first point of this set.
I don't know how they're going to play around this energy resource management as well, because you want to use your evade so you don't get hit as the midfielder. Like, core flip is such a strong tool. It can secure barriers and secure kills. But Kainu, looking low, trying to keep the core flip alive. And like I said, they really need to make sure that they don't die, because once the power play comes out, it's all over.
Yeah, but Bells just had a beautiful little interaction there. Again, setting up with the Finny ult just to secure the first barrier. Not able to quite find 2, but there it is. And Taro passing coming up at the perfect time. And Kainoob, it's now sadbois' turn to flip right in the face of the enemy goalie, taking it back, popping a lot of energy for this point. So it's something to note that the 2 people without Vamp Braces are energyless. If Leon wanted to, he could just, you know, walk over to them and click all his abilities, as is currently happening against Kainoob. But a good peel from Vaughn, and Kainoob actually spends the blink to get the orb, which I believe is correct. Leon flipping 4 damage, and again, Kainoob is just looking so low. It's so hard to stay alive when Leon has decided to mark you. Loom, unfortunately for Loom, even though he's getting marked, has the Snell or the now ultimate to keep himself healthy. But a beautiful board play coming out from Bells, and I'm just not quite able to find the barrier despite it.
The sadbois here coming up on this power play. They have to play a bit slow, kind of respawning back. And it's really up to Bells as the kill confirmer here. If they see someone low, especially Maloom, they can kill confirm, get this power play, and really help their team succeed pushing up. Let these Finny ults do their work, but they might need a little bit of awakening help to get this Finny build going.
Yeah, as you said, no cast to last is chosen for anyone, which means there's a lot of creation duration still in the pool. But a beautiful strike shot from Vaughn actually managed to save that from across the map angle. But an even better strike war from Leon, holding it for so long, being both Kainoob and Vaughn out, meaning they get the first barrier. And on top of that, a lot of damage coming out. But a beautiful bait from Bells, able to spending so many abilities trying to mix this Moffin guy up. But the last strike is the only one that matters, meaning that the barrier does not go down, and it's actually open net for the side of RTF, or I guess the side of sadbois. And Leon's just not able to quite find this, spending the ult and flip.
Yeah. As in Taro, you really want to play like these not true like checkmates, but really hoping that your goalie makes a mistake. But those checkmates here coming out from kind of double flip. Bells playing slow, getting the ball to Kainoob. Maloom does not evade the piercing shot, and that'll be second point going to sadbois.
Yeah, unfortunately, not much left you could do. The ball was dribbled down away from Moffin, but it was Bloom who was left to leave the Estelle 1v1, and unfortunately, no health left or energy to evade that Estelle Prime. It means it just got hit in both Bloom and the ball towards the net, securing the first point. And a lot of resources being spent on Bloom again. Now, once again, resourceless. Maybe an Estelle ult somewhere in the back waiting to pop it for once our teammates get low. But when you're when low on stagger, you just can't involve yourself in the offense, meaning that you can't layer. And when you have to strike and so many people getting involved in front of your face, you can't keep up. There's the now ult finally coming up, and is kind of looks for the kill, not able to quite find it while being upfield. And it is actually Kainu who's now on the threat of going down, spends the evade, and runs all the way up back to catch the orb. And Mothman is just doing his best to keep it away from Vaughn. Finny with the flip on the prowl, trying to secure the set.
Why? Vaughn's gonna be the key player here. He has the flip. He's coming up right now. Bells with the Oni's blade. With the flip! Oh, you can't check this guy. He's ice cold. Oh.
Oh, but you can't jump check him. You can't drop all of his style abilities in his face. And eventually, he's going to strike one of them. And it is actually the blink from Kainu to secure this first set. I will say this game already looks a lot better for the side of Return to Form. Now that we can actually play damage back, we're putting a lot of pressure on Kainu and Vaughn to kind of get the ball away from their side. Because the longer it's in the corner, the more times X is going to have to just drop these primaries and farm. Just pad out the damage stat before the game's over. And a lot of really good awakenings here, but unfortunately, Moth and Koei is forced to deny the timeless from Finny, which is a very, very rough hit on this draft.
Yeah, I mean, sadbois' draft here is very... it's basically picture perfect. You get heavy impact on Yuzentaro, basically his best awakening. Inner focus with a primetime slot, allowing for Finny to have more cooldowns. And kind of settling with stacks, you can't complain with that. And if RTF doesn't really lean into killing the midfield here, the stacks are just going to stack up, and then these points will just end really quickly as Bells just slots it on the top side.
What you can't do when you don't have core control is kill people, and sadbois just kind of kept the ball exactly where they wanted. And beautiful passes coming out, secure not only the barriers, but also the last part of the set. But an even better primary from Leo Leon actually managed to score an immediate double, and Vaughn as well, taking the entire point all by himself. Of course, Boffin gave the point in the end, but a beautiful just run them down from Leon. Something that we're going to see a lot more of when he accesses his full kit. He's got his ult, he's got 2 primaries. Anyone can just die. There is too much damage for him to just survive that. No one has any stagger weaknesses left. And more importantly, Vaughn and Kainu, both players that should be targeted by Leo Leon pretty consistently, are on stacking awakenings. So Leo should probably be a lot more inclined to look for these kills and just take any leads they can get. Of course, Vaughn dying last set means that inner focus is going to be so much slower to stack. Probably not going to see it until possibly 0.5, although most likely 0.4. And Moffin just being able to defend as long as possible just means that nothing is able to quite be found.
As long as we don't forget the main goal, kill the midfielder. Make sure they don't get to play the game. You gotta play as lame as possible. I mean, some people aren't willing to do the lame stuff, but I'm sure these NASL teams will do anything in their power to win these games here, because they're here to compete, and they're gonna do the strategies that lets them compete at the highest level and make them win. They're gonna do it.
Yeah, and some of these things are coming out now. Beautiful passive play coming out from Bloom and Leon, not able to find the right shot, looking for the dribbles, be in their face, looking so scary, but actually not quite have the tools to look for any super scary plays in their face like that. Moffin taking a very, very ego strike war against Bells, unfortunately losing the last barrier. Bloom forces spend flip to keep possession, but under a really weird angle there off the sound waves. And Leo Leon is just not quite able to find the strike. A beautiful soaring angle coming out from Vaughn to keep this point going. But there's the team player. And on top of that, Leo Leon finds another kill on Vaughn, which means the inner focus is just gone again. And Kainu did die earlier at this point. And it's looking like Vaughn and Kainu are both down in Awakening. Even though Moffin got forced to take kind of a dead awakening. Let's be real. Completely dead awakening in Timeless Creator. Actually just completely taking over this game.
The best draw in the game, doing what they do best, taking over. It's not even. It's still set 2. X can scale even more, and I feel like sadbois just it's just set 2. I think sadbois just have to remember the game plan. Kill the midfielder.
Yeah, of course. It's kind of who can hit the midfielder first, of course. Because if you can't keep up, if your midfielder is low and theirs isn't, they're gonna be able to walk up, and you're gonna be able to, and yours is gonna be forced to fall back, get an orb. But it's just what is actually Bloom to stay alive and keep this point in the favor of RTF, getting 2 barriers early. That was looking for the mix on Moffin, but Moffin just does not care. And the flip, oh, but the second primary actually coming out, and Moffin is forced to be checked again. It is now on what's looked like such a good point for RTF now is complete control of the sadbois.
Ron, again, the key player here with the flip, but it doesn't matter. That's Bells secures the hit stun on the Moffin Koei. Even as said, it's really 2-2, and I'm really hoping that either team focuses in the midfield here, because X is unkillable, Zentaro has many abilities that just evade, and oh, Leon listening to my heat, kind of looking really low here, and put out the pressure out of the power play, out of the play, and now it's up to Bond to push up here with the core flip again. 3 times. Well, he's been saving this core flip for so long, and he's gonna be a big player here. Core flip coming in, it's up to him to seal the deal.
Yeah, Bloom looking to take a strong strike with the primary. A point almost goes down, but Moffin Koei barely managing to save it with a hook. Vaughn, unfortunately, on the Finny, is able to keep the ball up, and again, just forced to strike into Estelle. Her full kit up, takes the strike, pops the ult, and Moffin Koei just does not have any abilities left to keep this going. And even though there was such a great defense coming out, you can't hold it forever. Everyone's got too many abilities coming out, and it's just such a shame for RTF to lose. That set was looking so good. Leon was finding so many kills, but eventually Kainu made his way back to full stacks and kind of took the game back over. But oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, I agree.
I agree with this. Yeah. Now the low stagger threshold for her, just low stagger in general. She really needs a stagger rating to compete with just her getting hit a lot. And I mean, Finny gets Siege Machine. That's a big one. Put the big finish on top of the barrier and then insta win. Well, not really insta win, but they're being put in a really good situation here.
Yeah, I agree for sure. It's just the Siege Machine is going to be so annoying to deal with. Vaughn has already been finding a lot of strong Finny ults, as you see here with Moffin barely able to strike it out, forced to take so much damage in the process. But I will say, a lot of more importantly, Bloom was the player to get bulk up this draft. And having an extra 300 or so stagger to work with is just going to be so good for now. Especially, I'm pretty sure all her healing is like % health healing. So we're kind of getting double value from bulk up secretly. And both sides are now down 1 barrier. Vaughn popping the ult early, but it ends up getting rotated all the way around. And we're now taking a little fight in the bottom side. Kind of looking for a strike to Bells, and Vaughn actually gets the flip buffered from a great punch from Leon. Full energy, pops the flip, looks to pass down to Bloom, but not quite reacting in time. Moffin looking for the rotate to the top side using his ultimate. 2 beams coming out from both Bells and Kai Noob looking to kind of get crossed and looking for the strike war. And Bells is the one to find a beautiful angle, taking the second barrier, and the lineup from Kai Noob is not quite enough to secure this point.
What a save there from Moffin Koei, showing his prowess on the Rasmus character. And I mean, he just made the save of his life. And even on this open net, Bells with the strike. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. Bells gets it done. Slots it between Malum and Moffin Koei. Ice cold. No fear. No fear.
No fear. Damn straight. Bells and Kai Noob finding a perfect passing angle to find that bottom side down. And I'm just throwing it out there. To the audience who can't hold tab, Kai Noob's at 120 stacks, and Vaughn is at 11 CDR. And on top of that, this point is just looking so hard for Return to Form to win right now. No barriers left. We're looking low on the abilities. Leon popping the ult, only managing to find 1 punch in the process. And it is actually X who's on the chopping block. He's looking so low, and a couple of abilities dumped means that Leon will be taking, I believe, his first death of the match.
I mean, now you see kind of zooming around. Ooh, unfortunately. Tries to pass the Leon there, but Bell's covering the pass. And now it's set point with Kainu with 150 stacks. He's been zooming around, and I know what's going to happen. Kainu, he's going to find a core flip kill, and then RTF just instantly implodes.
Hey, I always believe in the team with X Omega Strikers. This character, we've already seen it this game, can sometimes just kind of wins points on the spot. And when you find a great double like that, it's looking like Leon's trying to take control of this point. Looks for the dribble, is not able to quite find the finishing blow. And Moffin Koei is kind of stalling out, waiting for his teammates to get back into the position. Loom hopping the secondary, looking to get the speed to catch this, but both Vaughn and Kai Noob are sitting on flip right now, which means that finding the point can be so hard, and the first flip is popped. Vaughn almost losing the first point of the set. And Malfin is spending is doing his best to keep this ball away from Bells. And it's actually Bells to go down, gets baited into the Rasmus primary plus X core flip. And it is now a power play for the side of Return to Form.
Yeah. They're collapsing on this offense. Kind of, he's covering so much space here. He gets the stacks up. You basically can't get through him. He's just there, every single position, cutting every single pass, layering with Vaughn on the defense. And you literally can't get past him. If you don't have a really solid checkmate scenario, it's kind of just going to be there.
Yeah, it's extremely hard for it's extremely hard for both Skydu with the stacks and Vaughn with the inner focus. But a great shot found from Loom with the team player 2X, just smacking it into the bot side with the specialized training. And Vaughn is just not quick enough on his toes, not getting the reaction primary. But Leo looking for a dash punch, not able to find it as we did just spend ult to score. And Malfin is currently stuck between a rock and a hard place, eating a lot of damage, being forced to strike back into Kainu on repeat. But he is actually able to make it out with no more abilities left. If Bells can get one little good more interaction going, I believe we're going to start seeing some barriers drop.
Again, the Corvus on the side of Sadbois, Vaughn and Kainu just procced it. They're going to play it slow here, pass the Bells, triple core flip here, and it's over. It's over.
Uh-huh.
The celebratory flip on Vaughn. And now Sadbois will seal the deal with a 3-0 sweep, sending them, for the record, 2-0.
Yeah, the boys just spending so much time building resources, getting our prize fighter stacks, getting our stacks on stacks, and getting our inner focus up. And ending that point with a complete energy lead over RTF, burning all 3 flips in order to secure a single point to close out this series. And while RTF did look a lot better this game, a lot of actual strong, dominating points from them, and just look at the damage numbers, guys. X was with the most damage in the game, but unfortunately Rasmus and now was just not able to keep up with the onslaught that the backline of Finny, Estelle were pumping out with their primaries.
Especially with the Finny, the secondary debuff, if you coordinate with your teammates, which obviously these NASL players will do, your HP goes from 100 to 20, and now you're out of the play. Now you play back, and that allows Sadbois for like the wolves, the werewolves inside them. They're pouncing. They're pouncing. They're pouncing on RTF. The poor little team. As you saw at the last point, it got jumped, taken out back, triple flip, and the celebratory flip from Vaughn, just for good measure, sealed the deal.
Yeah, but it's still a great series from both sides. RTF, I now believe, sitting at 1-1, and BOIS sitting pretty as one of the couple teams that are currently 2-0, a very nice spot. Get an early lead on the season, only a couple more games to guarantee a nice little seat at playoffs. But guys, XX unfortunately did lose today. Tragedy. I'm pretty sure this character was like low-key 100% win rate before that, but it happens.
Yeah, I do want to say, the polarizing like goalie picks, like Dubu, as we saw from the previous game, HMG versus Dogslayer. You saw the build that Dubu character had, triple size with quick strikes. I don't know how he's gonna score on that. Like the game say is, so you could pick melee goalies and like these mom boots strike shot goalies. Like I've seen a lot of strike shot. Strike shot is like super good right now. It just lets them. It's another cooldown. The strike shot has always been good, but it's another cooldown. And as long as these NASL games just end up being okay, can I seal the deal? Can I make a checkmate? And if not, Dubu's just gonna roll on me, and then I have to fight again. Fighting against Dubu is such a pain, especially when you have someone like Milkman in the back of the net.
Man, that was a full game ago. Anyways, we will catch the do not leave yet because we still do have a post show in the back. So I will expect to see everyone there later, but that is the last game of the day. It will be me and Big Tilt signing off.
See ya.
point of grand finals, a long journey, all comes down to this. Looking for a passing lane, there's the opening on the outside, the pass is wide open, a beautiful shot to the corner, they've reached the summit!
Welcome back, everyone, to the North American Strikers League Season 7 Week 2. My name is Vaughn, once again, and I'm joined by a smattering of goalie players and one imposter. We're back after a long day's matches, and I just want to break it down, starting with the most brawler of them all, Mr. NXZD. Talk to me about your grudge match today. I'm going to be honest, it didn't live up to the hype. Can you tell me a little bit about why you looked so dominant today on the pitch?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we kind of just really figured it out, I guess. Katsune is finally back. He's his season 7 debut, of course. So game 1 a little choppy, but we figured it out really easy. And then game 2, Katsune got Luna, so we kind of won the game instantly.
And Katsune Luna. There's some crazy stat. I think last season he'd only lost on it 5 times in history out of the 30-something games he's played. So
Yeah,
obviously Pocket Pick Classic.
Started.
And then the only other 2-0 team left, other than me, Rat Pack goalie Frightfully Fresh. What's been the secret to closing out the close set 5 games? How do you leverage your experience with your teammates to make sure that you can keep calm and collected and you got out to this 2-0 start?
It's all about containing the whimsy of my 2 teammates. That's literally all it is. It's just I need to sit down, I need to lock in, and I have to just put a leash on both of them. But legitimately, I feel like the more pressure that's on us, the more we start kind of trying to unwind what's going wrong. And when we do that, like either it works out really well or catastrophically wrong. And so far it's been working out, so I'm happy about that.
Hey, W, obviously it is working out, and you've taken out 2 pretty legitimate teams. The returning teams are looking really scary, so the fact that one of the rookie teams is at the top of the standings even this early is super cool. So next, we're going to go to one of the other rookie team players. That is Mr. I'm the Milkman himself. The only player I have a 0% win rate against in NASL history, Mr. Trev. Obviously, last week was a bit of a heartbreaker for you. How'd you bounce back for this week 2 and make sure that you could secure the win even when it came down to the wire versus the Dogs?
Well, to be honest, my mic's not even on. Oh, it is. I kind of just like vibed out in VCU with my friends and just like, I don't know. We watch a lot of anime, I guess. I did drink a lot of milk. I can tell you that. I need my protein.
You have to. Protein.
Real. And yeah, that's about it. Mostly just milk. Love me some milk.
Can't go wrong. Obviously, there's a secret to success. And then finally, we have Bombardiers goalie taking out. I would say most people call this an upset. However, if they were pre-show watchers, the ball knowers knew what was going down today. Not going to say who, but at least one person on the desk knew what was happening. Luke, how'd those games go? How'd you pull out the win against such an established powerhouse?
Yeah, so game 1, I got Finny on Demon, and I got Manu Timeless. So that was really strong. That pretty much just won us the game right there, pretty much. So game 1 was easy. And then game 2, it was a close game, but I locked in Dubu, and through the power of Bertram, he taught me well. I was able to make some close saves and then reverse the last set down 0-2. And yeah, we got the win for easy 2-0 right there.
That's facts. Vaughn, you just played RTF, who you lost to last season. How did it feel to win? Thanks, me. Well, last season we had a sub and we got 2-0'd, and this season they had a sub and they got 2-0'd. So it felt like a writing of the cosmos. So bang, thanks, Vaughn. No problem, me. Moving right along, guys. We're looking at week 3 next week, and I have no idea what the matchups are. All I know is I play the Bombardiers, I think. Luke, how do you feel about going into our matchup on week 3?
I don't think we play you, but
damn it,
if we do,
oh, HMG. No, it's HMG. Trevor, how do you feel about our matchup going into week 3? Take 2.
I'm really hyped about it. I'm so hyped to continue my victory streak against you. Got to give you some milk,
It's facts.
Every customer deserves it.
I get it.
Yeah, I'm just really hyped about it.
Hey, I'm looking forward to avenging my sound defeat from last season. Now, before we go, one thing I want to discuss on the desk is it's going to be Say Nice Things Sunday tomorrow. Could I have everyone go around and shout out a competitor that is not on their team and that they also did not play against announced today, and we're gonna start with Frightfully Fresh.
I would give a shout out to Josh. Just watching him with HMG, he navigates every game like perfectly. I don't know what else to say other than like I feel like he is like the core of that team, and he's been playing very well.
All right, W. All right, let's catapult off that. Mr. Trevor, that was your teammate shouted out. Who do you got to say nice things Sunday shout out for?
I have to personally shout out Carmine Uniclear. He's been there in the OS journey for quite a while with me. He's coached me a few times. He's always there for me when I need someone. And I don't know, he's always whimsical, and we need that in OS.
That's facts. You can never have too much whimsy. I agree. Speaking of someone who probably experiences too much whimsy from what his teammates do, especially Berserker Luna, NXZD.
Luna. Wonderful.
What player or coach, not, don't discriminate, all members of the NASL teams, what one has stood out to you?
I think Huss played like a beast today, even though he didn't manage to make it happen. I think he played really well today, especially in that Tycho game. I think he was going crazy on the KOs. I always love to see it. So good job, Huss. Keep it up. I'm down for you to see you in playoffs,
Amen. Last but not least, Luke, that was your match. Who you got for me?
I'll give a shout out to Twisty, because we played a lot, and it's kind of cool to see that we're both in NASL now. Even though she had a tough loss today, I think the dogs can come back and make a good run. So, shout out Twisty.
Hey, that's facts. And I'll shout out Ratman Rob for being RTF coach. #beast. That guy and I actually have a lot of the same opinions, so I like that dude a lot. So, cool. That's it. We're going to keep it nice and brief today. That was the NASL Season 7 Week 2 post show. A little bit of thoughts from our players that won today. And with that, I will see you later. #Operation SOS is in full effect. So have a good night, and we'll see you next week. Bye. Okay.
Good stuff, fellas.
Oh,
hell yeah.
Exciting. Oh, I just knocked over my water bottle. Fuck! How exciting. Oh shit, DLS. Holy shit.